tape diagrams. Hopefully at any point in this video you feel like you're getting it. You can pause the video, try it on your own, pull up a notebook or something like that, and try the problem on your own. That's kind of the goal here. Take the thinking off of me and put it on you. Alright, Haley is using two types of candies and putting them in a goodie package for all of her friends. She's putting the candy in a ratio of 4 packs of Skittles to 3 packs of Milky Ways. If she uses 84 total candies in each bag, how many Skittles will go in each bag and how many Milky Ways will go in each bag? Hint, you may want to solve this with a tape diagram or a chart. Alright, so I'm going to circle the key information here. I think this is key. 4 packs of Skittles and 3 packs of Milky Ways. That's important. I also think it's important that there's 84 total candies. If you look at each goodie bag, they're going in this ratio, right? You get 4 Skittles for every 3 Milky Ways. Right there, there's 7 total candies. So if the problem had asked you for if she uses 7 total candies in each bag, you could probably answer it right there, that there would be 4 Skittles and 3 Milky Ways. But you can see there's actually more than 7, right? There's actually 84. So it said use a tape diagram or a chart. I'm just going to use a tape diagram just to show you what that would look like. So these are my Skittles here. I've got 4, a ratio of 4. I just did rectangles instead of actual Skittles bags because I figure you drawing rectangles would be easier than drawing Skittles bags. And we've got 3 Milky Ways. Now, the total amount of candy in the bag is all 7 of these rectangles here. And so I totaled them up like an addition problem, if we want to think about this as just like a big addition problem. We've got 2 rectangles here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The only reason I have this one down below, I just ran out of room up here. So I couldn't fit that rectangle in. But we have 7 rectangles there. And we know that there are a total of 84 candies in the bag. So if we think about these 7 rectangles representing all the candy, right? Because, you know, each of these 3 rectangles represents all the Milky Ways, and each of these 4 rectangles represents all the Skittles. Really then, in each bag, you have 12 candies, right? Because 84 divided by 7 is 12. So if we can accept the idea, and I know that might be a little bit confusing at first, that each of these rectangles is worth 12 candies, well, up here we have 4 rectangles, and each is worth 12. So there would be 48 Skittles, and then over here we've got 3 rectangles, so I would think there would be 36 Milky Way. 48 Skittles to 36 Milky Way. If you're skeptical of that answer, I don't blame you, because it was kind of a confusing way to get the answer. I'm going to check my work right now, and think to yourself, what ways can we check the work? I mean, you probably get the sense of it because I'm already drawing it here, but 48 plus 36, that's the total amount of candies in the bag, right? Skittles and Milky Way. If we add these up, sure enough, we're going to get 84 candies, and that is exactly what this problem had said, 84 total candies. So that works out. The other thing the problem said was that it was a ratio of 4 to 3. Well, 4 Skittles for every 3 Milky Way. If we multiplied 4 by 12, wouldn't we get 48? And if we multiplied 3 by 12, wouldn't we get 36? So as long as we multiply these numbers by the same thing, we're going to get an equivalent ratio. So that checks out just dandy. All right. The Colts beat the Seahawks by a ratio of 7 to 2. There were 63 total points scored. How many points did the Colts score? Pause the video. See if you can do this one on your own without my help. Okay, hopefully you were able to get to this point right here. You can see I have my Colts. That's right here. I'm just going to write a C for Colts. And Seahawks is right here. That's the 2. So you have 7 rectangles for the Colts, 2 for the Seahawks. You can just, sorry, I'm going to delete this rectangle so you're not confused. That was just my template rectangle. So 7 for the Colts, 2 for the Seahawks. And you notice if we add those up, right, we've got 9 total rectangles. So if you have 9 total rectangles, that represents really all the points in the game because you don't have anybody else scoring points other than the Colts and Seahawks. So there were 63 total points. So those 9 rectangles have to equal 63. So each rectangle, therefore, if we do 63 divided by 9, equals 7 points. And if each of these rectangles equals 7 points, that would mean, since we have 7 rectangles for the Colts, that they would have scored 49 total points. And again, just to make sense of this problem, the Seahawks would have to scored 14. And if you wanted to check this, see if you can pause it and check it on your own. But checking this, 49 plus 14 equals 63 total points. So that makes sense. And not only that, but 49 to 14, if I wrote that as a ratio, 49 to 14 equals 7 to 2, because I'm dividing them by the exact same number, and that number, of course, would be 7, which is coincidentally, or maybe not coincidentally, the amount that each rectangle was worth. Hopefully that helps you understand. I'm going to give you one more. This one's a little bit different than the other two. So at nursery school, Pedro, Tina, and Jerry are in timeout in the ratio of 3 to 5 to 7 minutes. If Tina is in timeout for 25 minutes, how many more minutes is Jerry in timeout for than Pedro? Pause it, see if you can figure this one out. So I think it's important you notice the order these are in. Pedro first, Tina second, and Jerry third. That tells us something. Jerry's the one that's in timeout the longest. He's got the biggest number there. Tino's actually in the middle here. So Tina's 5 rectangles equal 25 total minutes. And what that tells us, of course, she's got 5 rectangles, is that each rectangle is worth 5 minutes. So if each of her rectangles is worth 5, we can now figure out what the question is trying to ask us. Jerry and Pedro, we're looking for a comparison. Remember, this 3 one here is Pedro, and this 7 one here is Jerry. So Pedro then would be in timeout if each rectangle is worth 5 for 15 minutes. And Jerry would be in timeout for what looks like 35 minutes, right? 7 rectangles times 5 minutes. So 35 minus 15 equals 20 minutes difference between Jerry and Pedro.